Good morning, everybody. This will be my last live. This will be my last live pregnant. um, so I wanted to make it a good one, right? I wanted to make it a good one. I've been doing a lot of resting and relaxation and just naps, right? I've been doing a lot of naps and preparation and stuff like that. So this is going to be the last thing that I leave you with before I become a mom of two. And we are going to be talking about how to create a signature offer that people actually want to buy. So I thought this was, I've taught this before on live in a live stream, but I wanted to teach it again. Y'all are up this morning. Hey, y'all. Y'all up this morning. Okay, what's up? I see y'all. Y'all are in here for real this morning. So I'm live on Instagram, but I'm also live on YouTube. And give me 1 second because I think that on YouTube I am a little crooked. And I don't want to be crooked. I want to be straight. There we go. That's good enough. I'm on my mic. All right. So welcome to this live stream, you guys. My name is Kelly. I'm also known as the Spoiled Coach. I'm a systems and sales coach. So I help you make more money in less time and have an actual work-life balance so you're not working yourself into the ground without actually getting the rest that you need in order to fulfill services and in order to show up as yourself, your authentic self, without being stressed, without being overworked. Listen, your bank account should match your effort and your consistency. All right. And for a lot of us, as businesses that provide online services and as coaches, our bank account often does not match the amount of energy that we're actually putting into our business. And so we get very, I wanted to say lackadaisical, which is a word that I made up, but we just get very overwhelmed and it's hard for us to do what we need to do because we don't have a lot of energy. And so currency, money as currency, and currency is a movement of energy. It's a movement of energy. So when I'm talking about money, and I primarily used to talk about systems, and then I moved into talking a lot about money. And I know some people are like, whoa, where is this coming from? People came to me for systems because they wanted to make more money, and systems by itself do not make you more money. You need systems and you need sales strategy in order to increase your income. So it's not just about, oh, if I'm more organized, I make more money, or if I had more time, I'd make more money. It doesn't work like that. You need to be organized and you also need to be intentional with that extra time that you are going to be creating, and you need to be intentional about those processes that you're using in your business in order to see the money start to increase. And so that is why now I have shifted into teaching both. And your money mindset has a lot to do with how much you get paid, right? Like, do you feel like you deserve to be paid that much? Do you carry around guilt when you have a lot of money or when you charge a lot of money? Does that make you feel guilty? Do you spend your money when you make a lot of money? You spend it really, really quickly because you feel like you're not a good steward over your money, or you feel like it is a very large responsibility that you don't want. And so you spend it, right? That happens to a lot of people as well. So there's a lot of different money mindsets that kind of play into how you handle your finances and funds. I see that it keeps freezing. It was freezing on my side too, but I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or not, but it should stop now. I have an extender. I'm in my office, and I do have an extender in my office, so it should be good. But the replay will be up. Okay, so I'm also going to add this into my podcast stream. So I'll add the link in my bio later. So if you are somebody who is on the go a lot, or you don't have a lot of time to sit down and watch a video, you're watching one now. But if you don't have a lot of time to sit down and watch a video, you can actually download the Kajabi app. Kajabi is spelled Kajabi. You can search my podcast or click the link in my bio, and you can get access to my podcast stream through Kajabi. Okay. I love podcasts. I don't know why I don't have a podcast at this. Well, I do now, but I don't know why it took me so long to get a podcast because I am a podcast listener. I listen to podcasts of people, one that I've bought programs for and I really enjoy their content, but I also listen to podcasts of people that I'm thinking about buying their programs, but I want to get to know them on a deeper level. And so I listen to their podcasts when I am washing dishes, which thankfully, thank God, I don't do anymore because now I have a nanny who does that. But I listen to it when I'm washing dishes, if I'm taking a walk, if I'm in the car, going to the grocery store, if I'm in the grocery store, I listen to podcasts. And so I'm using a lot of that, what used to be empty space, I'm using all of that as a learning opportunity. So I am a diehard podcast listener. And so I'm happy to actually finally have a podcast and put some stuff on there. I'm going to do some recordings for the podcast today. It is free to stream. It's free to stream. So I'll keep you guys updated on when I put the link on in my bio, but it's going to be there today. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. It's how to create a signature offer that people actually want to buy. So it doesn't matter if your signature offer is less than 4 figures or 4 figures or more. This is going to be just the elements of a signature offer that people actually want to spend their money on. Because just because you throw together a program, it doesn't matter how deep you thought about it. It doesn't mean that people are going to buy it. It doesn't mean that people are going to want to buy it. People may say, hey, we want to buy this. And then you put it together and then nobody enrolls. That happens, right? So we're going to talk about the 4 things that I know to be true, that if you add these elements to your signature offer, it is going to make people want to buy it. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Number 1 is having a framework or process. A framework or process. There has to be something unique about what you are offering. And most oftentimes, that is our intellectual property. So whatever your process is for getting something done, or whatever your process is for getting a specific result, we call that your framework. It is the outside frame. It's the frame of your house that your program is built on. It's the process that you take your clients through. It is a repeatable process that you can take clients through in order to get results. The process, right? The process may be the same that you're taking people through. They may all reach their goals, right? They may all have different goals. They may all have the same goals. But the process is to help them create transformation and help them create progress in their lives. How they go about it may be different. The details of who they are may be different. The details of their business may be different. But having a consistent process and having a framework, a specific way that you do things is going to help you attract people that are ready to buy into that process. It fills in a lot of gaps for people's questions. You know what I mean? So, one of the first things people are going to say when they see you release a program or release a done for you service, what makes this different from the one that I already bought that didn't work? That's going to be one of the first questions people ask. Well, I bought such and such and it said it was going to do this and it didn't work. Okay, here's my framework. Here's my process. And when they see that that framework, that process is different, it's going to help them start to open up their mind to actually trying something else in order to get what they're looking for, right? When you are thinking about your ideal client, you want to put yourself in their shoes. You are often serving people who have already bought other things, who have already tried to do this on their own, who have been battling. If you're a coach, they may have been battling these life issues their entire lives. And if your ideal client is in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, this is a problem they've been having for 30, 40, or 50 years. And so they've tried a lot of different things. So sharing and being open about what your process is and what your framework is really going to help people start to open up their mind to the possibility that things can actually be different, right? Your ideal clients have to have a mindset shift before they make a purchase. It's okay to share your framework and your process. I know some of you may be like, ooh, that's my IP, right? IP stands for intellectual property. That's my intellectual property. What if somebody comes and takes that, right? This is why you can copyright it. This is why that's a thing. Like people copyright their intellectual property. Um, if you want a recommendation for someone who can help you with that, just send me a direct message and I'll send you her information, and she'll let you know what states that she works in. But a lawyer can help you. There are a lot of lawyers that specialize in working with creatives and working with entrepreneurs and businesses. They can help you copyright your intellectual property if you feel that it may be taken. When you first start, I would say just go ahead and get started and then worry about that part later. But honestly, it's up to you because you never know when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen. But me, I don't live so much on the side of fear. I live more on the side of do. So I'm like, let's go ahead and get it. Let's get this money, and then use that money, right? Use that those enrollments to not only get more enrollments, but to go back and protect my intellectual property. But number one is a framework, having a framework or a process. Okay. Number two is having a clear transformation. Your offer, whatever it is you're offering, whether it's a done for you service or a done for you service or a coaching program or an online course, you need to have a clear transformation. If people don't know what they can expect to get out of your program, they're not going to buy it. If they don't know where they can expect to be after going through your program, they're not going to buy it. I have a program called Sales School. We recently changed the name to Systems and Sales Academy, but it's Sales School. I still call it that. In Sales School, the transformation is that you can double your sales. If you're making less than $10,000 a month, you go through Sales School, you do everything that I say to do, you do all of the homework, you execute on everything that's in all the modules, you will double your sales. That is the clear transformation. So I can get on live, right? Or I can record a podcast episode and I can say, hey, if you're making less than $10,000 a month and you want to double your sales, go through Sales School, go enroll in Sales School. Click the link in my bio, read up on it a little bit, watch some of the reviews if you want to watch some of the reviews, and go ahead and enroll. Boom, easy, right? It's easy for someone to make the decision and say, oh yeah, I'd pay $1,500 to be able to double my sales. It's a clear yes or no decision. You want to make it a clear decision. For people who are experiencing issues or troubles and they're looking to change their life or change their business or change their circumstances, they need you to present them with a clear decision and a clear option of what they should do. Then they can make the decision on their own. It's a part of selling, right? Selling, we often look at selling as, oh, I'm just going to be pushy and I'm going to sell this to anyone and everyone that I meet on the street and anyone and everyone that comes to my page on Instagram. I'm going to sell them into this thing, right? That's not the way that sales works, right? That makes it really difficult. You're going to get a lot of no's that way because you're going to be selling to people who don't have a need for what you offer. Selling is when what someone needs is in alignment with what you offer. And so learning how to sell is figuring out what those two pieces are and how to increase the amount of opportunities where both of those pieces are meeting together. Okay. So when you have a clear transformation, that's one side of the piece. It's what are you offering and why do I even need it? What's in it for me? If you ever heard anyone say that before, WIFM. What's in it for me? That's what people are thinking before they make a purchase, before they join your email list, when they go order at a restaurant, which is still considered making a purchase, but when they go order at a restaurant, hey, what's in it for me? Hey, can you go on a date with me? What's in it for me? That is the primary thought that people are having. So when you're able to have that clear transformation, it answers that question, what's in it for me? And then if that's in alignment with what their needs are, then they will make that purchase or they will show up to that event or they will go on that date, right? So that's the second thing you need is a clear transformation. Number 3 is opportunities for review and feedback. This is super important. It doesn't matter if you have a done for you service, if you have a group coaching offer, if you have a one-on-one coaching program, even if it's an online course and it's self-study, you definitely want to have some type of opportunity for review or feedback, okay? Some type of opportunity for review or feedback. It helps people make that purchase because they've already tried it by themselves. Why would they keep trying it by themselves and it hasn't worked? We've all done this at some point in our life. You went and bought something, you tried to figure it out yourself, whether it was a self-study course or a book or whatever. You went and bought it, you tried to figure it out yourself, it did not work. You went and bought something else, you tried to figure that out yourself, it didn't work. At some point, you hit a wall and you're like, okay, I need to buy something where I can actually have someone teach me, right, live, or I can at least do some type of homework and turn that in and get some feedback. Or I need some type of human connection because I cannot teach this to myself. A lot of life's biggest issues, our individual issues, right? Because my issues may be different from your issues, but a lot of our biggest issues as individuals and as business owners, we cannot solve by ourselves. So adding an element to your signature offer where there's an opportunity where your students can get review, where they can get feedback, or your clients can get review or feedback, or they can talk on the phone with you before and after the service is done or completed. If it's a monthly service, they can talk on the phone with you once a month. That opportunity is invaluable. You can't even put a price on that, right? Because they don't know what they don't know. And us as learners, we don't know. So when we get on the phone with someone who's an expert and we're able to just release everything that we're thinking in our minds, in our thought paths, that person is able to help us a lot more than what a curriculum could help us. And so adding that element makes your program more dynamic. It makes it more flexible. It makes your program molded more to the students that you have. Inside of Systems and Sales Academy, I have a whole extra module called Flexible Curriculum. If more than one person asks the same question, even if there's 50 people in the cohort and 2 people ask the same question, if more than one person asks the same question, that's a new training that's going into the curriculum because it needs to be flexible. And there's opportunities for review and feedback along the way, right? All throughout. It's, hey, drop a comment under the module that you're working on if you have a question. Or, hey, go inside the Foxer group chat. We're in there literally every single day answering questions. The only time we're not in there answering questions is in the middle of the night because we're sleeping. But you have opportunities for review and feedback. There's live group coaching sessions every week. There are co-working sessions where you can hop on and actually get work done and ask questions while you're working, right? So there are a lot of opportunities for review and feedback because it's hard to teach yourself something new. And it's hard to teach yourself something that you've already tried to teach yourself and it didn't work. Look at it as, would you be able to teach yourself trigonometry? Would you be able to teach yourself 18th century history? Would you be able to teach yourself aerodynamics? Like, that's what it feels like for your ideal client who is coming to you to learn something that is new to them or learn something that they've tried to do on their own before that they weren't able to do. Okay, so opportunities for review and feedback is number 3. The last thing you need in your signature offer that will make people want to buy it is to focus on one problem and provide a full, thorough solution to that problem. Now, this applies to a signature offer. This does not apply to like a lead magnet. If you're selling an ebook, a low-cost ebook, this does not apply to that. If you're doing a challenge, this does not apply to that. I'm talking about a signature offer. Like, this is a course that you plan on promoting for at least 6 months to a year, if not longer, for a couple of years. This is a high ticket offer, something that costs more than 4 figures. This is a program that you are going to be known for for, or this is a service, a done for you service that you are going to be known for, you need to focus on, number 4, focus on one problem and provide a full, thorough solution to that problem. So, what is the one problem that your program or your course or your service solves? What is that one problem? And how do you provide a thorough solution to that problem? One problem, okay? And it needs to be clear. When you're talking about it on your sales page, it needs to be clear. When you're talking about it on social media, that needs to be clear. When you're sending out emails and text messages and podcast episodes, it needs to be clear what that one problem is and how you're providing a thorough solution to that one problem. Example, Systems and Sales Academy. What's the one problem? You're not making enough money to sustain your business without being stressed. That's the problem. How do we solve that problem? We help you integrate systems into your business that help you save time, foundational systems, beginner systems, things that are not overwhelming, and give you the sales strategies that you need to boost your revenue. That's what happens inside of Systems and Sales Academy. You go through that. Once you get that part down pat, then you move on to my mastermind. I have a 6-month mastermind called CEO Lifestyle. It's only for people who have been through sales school. I'm thinking about opening it up to other people, but right now it's only for people who have been through sales school, because then we look at reducing your hours and growing your team, because you have the excess money to do so. When you have an abundance of money, an abundance of clients, you have the money to go pay a VA to help you. You have the money to hire a client success coach. You have the money to hire a social media manager. And you have systems. So when you bring those people in, they're not all over the place and confused and quitting every day because they're stressed because you're stressed. So you move into making multi-six figures and working part-time hours in the mastermind. But the first thing you need to do is get your sales strategy tight and your foundational system set up, which is what we talk about. So that's the one problem for Systems and Sales Academy, okay? So one problem and why your program, course, or service is the solution to that problem, okay? All right, so those are the elements that you need to create a signature offer that people want to buy. I'm going to talk about Systems and Sales Academy for just a little bit while we're on here. So there is open enrollment is going on right now for Systems and Sales Academy. The doors close on July 28th. I realized that I'm pregnant, and some people are like, how are you running a program and you're about to have a baby? I have systems in my business, so I don't have to overwork. I've had rest that has been scheduled into my schedule for the last year, maybe even 2 or 3 years consistently. And so that's why I was able to coach all the way through my pregnancy and go to events and launch programs and launch new products and stay consistent with my email, because I have rest integrated into my schedule. I don't wait until I get tired to rest. Rest is a part of what I do. And so that's why I was able to have that balance. But we are starting July 28th. I will be there. I will not be pregnant anymore, but I will be there. Me and the baby will be there, right? It is virtual. So the last day to register is July 28th, which is actually the first day. So you can register all the way up until the first day. This is the last cohort that is going to be $1,500 investment. It only costs $1,500 to double your sales. The question you need to be asking yourself, is it worth $1,500 for me to double my sales every single month for the rest of forever? Yeah. If you answer no, you probably just shouldn't be in business, right? You have to be able to put some skin in the game, or be willing to put some skin in the game. And there are payment plans, but you have to be willing to put some skin in the game in order to make it a little bit farther, okay? So You click the link in my bio, it'll take you over to the Sales School page, and it'll give you the full breakdown of everything that's on the inside of the program. If you've been in a program with me before that was free, or you've downloaded anything from me that was free, or you watched my videos, this is even more in depth than that. Like, we just went through a whole thing about the elements of a high ticket offer. A signature offer. It was very in depth inside the program. It's even deeper because it's paid. There are templates in there, there's resources in there, there's live coaching every single week. There's 9 modules of course content that's already preloaded, right? There's 9 modules of course content that's already preloaded in there. There's still live coaching that's happening week to week with me. We have a live coaching session each week. The templates, the resources, there's a flexible curriculum bonus section that has, I think there's 6 bonus classes in there right now. We also have a Voxer group chat. So if you have questions, if you happen to miss the live session and you watch the replay, we have a group chat where you can ask questions in there in between the sessions. What I find is that I love the group chat, because what I find is that when you're in the midst of learning, you're trying so hard to pay attention that sometimes you don't know what questions to ask. Then when you start going to try and implement, oh, we learned this, let me go try it. Oh, we talked about this with email system, let me go try to upload this. That's when your questions start popping up. So the Voxer group chat is open all the time for you to ask those questions there, because I want you to execute. And what happens when we're not able to get our questions answered? We stop executing. We take a pause until we get our questions answered. So that's why we implemented the Voxer group chat, so that you guys can actually keep moving forward. We have an accountability aspect. So each week during our group sessions, we talk a little bit about what we're going to do that week, our individual commitments, like, hey, what is your commitment to get done this week? And we go through everybody. You say your commitment in front of the entire group, and then we help make sure that you can get to accomplishing that commitment between the coaching session and the actual group chat. We help you get to that place, right? And we make small commitments because things need to be realistic and doable for us. We don't compare, what you want to get done to what somebody else wants to get done. We're just there as your support to help you get to that place, because it's hard to do it by yourself sometimes. A lot of times it's hard to do it by yourself. So it's a very supportive community. It's a very high touch program. But we talk about all the foundational systems and lots of sales strategies, video marketing that works on different platforms. I'm mostly on Instagram and YouTube because I'm super into video. But the things that we talk about work on Facebook. They work on TikTok. They work on Snapchat, right? They work on LinkedIn. We have some people that are primarily on LinkedIn. All of the elements that we talk about translate into all of those areas. Email marketing, text message marketing. We touch on a lot of different things in Sales School to help you build out your sales strategy to double your sales. So if you're making less than $10,000 a month, I'd actually say if you're making less than $8,000 a month, because most people are not making $10,000 a month. If you're making less than $8,000 a month and you want to double your sales in the next 8 to 10 weeks, go click the link in my bio, enroll in Sales School. If you're listening to this on the podcast, the link will be in the show notes. You guys can go ahead and enroll. The investment is only $1,500. There are payment plans, like I said. Next cohort, right? So this is quarter 3. This will not open again until quarter 4. When it opens in quarter 4, the price is going to be $2,500. That is the regular price, right? $2,500. So if you want to save that $1,000, take the chance now. You have to take the chance on yourself and put some skin in the game. Seriously, because it's never going to be easy to invest. Like, it's going to take a long time, right? It will happen, but it takes a long time to get to that point where you happily give away money in exchange for knowledge and in exchange for assistance. If you've tried to increase your sales and hit, 8K months, because 8K months is $100,000 a year. It's $8,333.33. But if you've tried to do that by yourself and you've been trying for a while, you're like, oh, I just need to pay. Like, that feeling of being like, I just need to pay somebody to help me. And so this is the opportunity for you to do that. So July 28th is the last day to enroll. There are a limited number of spots. There's 18 spots left, by the way. There are 18 spots left. There's a limited number of spots because the program is high touch. So there are milestones throughout the program where we give you lots of feedback and review, and we want to be able to be there for you and show up for you just like you're showing up for yourself. And so we have to limit the number of people that come in based off of that. There's also a point in the program where you write your sales funnel and you submit it. And once it's submitted, we hop on a one-on-one call and we help you build the sales funnel with you on the Zoom call. So that's why it's limited. There's only 18 spots left. Go ahead, get in, okay? Get in. All right, I'm hopping off of here. Like I said, I'm gonna upload this into the podcast area, and then you guys can click link in my bio and go listen to it if you want to re-listen to this. Good luck with your signature offers. I want to say good luck. I don't want to say good luck because that makes it sound like I gave y'all what you needed and you left. I want you to come into sales school so that I can really help you, right? I really want to help you take it to the next level and expand your business and expand your money mindset. All right. See y'all later. Have an amazing day.